Like some of you, I'm of the age where I vividly remember the high point of the Muppets. I'd watch the TV show, the movies were a must-see, and the characters household names. So much that a fledgling Peter Jackson decided to lampoon them sleazily in his own version of the Muppets called Meet the Feebles. It's time to get things started. Why don't you get me started? And do a retro review of Peter Jackson's Meet the Feebles from 1989. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights. I'm ML Miller. Before we begin, please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications. Meet the Feebles was released in 1989. It's pretty tough to get still. Looks like you can get it on DVD or VHS from Amazon. Hopefully they'll have a new Blu-ray restoration sometime soon. It's directed by Peter Jackson and written by Peter Jackson, Danny Mulheron, Stephen Sinclair, and Fran Walsh. Meet the Feebles was Peter Jackson's second feature film, and he's not trying to be sly or subtle with this sleazy Muppet parody. Before Greg the Bunny and Syphil and Ollie, the Feebles took the themes only hinted at in Jim Henson's The Muppets series and amplified them to gory, perverse, and often offensive dimensions. If you're the sensitive type, stay far, far, far away from Meet the Feebles as possible. You will be most definitely offended in the first few seconds, and I believe this was Peter Jackson's intent upon making it. He does have a very gallows sense of humor. I don't think in any way Jackson was trying to degrade, diminish, or make fun of Henson's accomplishments with the Muppets. I think in his own way, Jackson was paying sick, gruesome homage by depicting a version of the Muppets that no one had ever seen, honoring many of the themes found in abundance in Henson's work. Be prepared for shocking scenes throughout. Feeble three-way sex scenes, suicide attempts, all kinds of interspecies sex graphically depicted, AIDS, drug use and addiction, murder, innocents are taken advantage of sexually. If there's a sensitive subject, Meet the Feebles wallows in it bare-assed and balls deep. In many ways, though, Jackson goes the shocking route intentionally, basically holding a warped and twisted mirror up to Henson's The Muppet Show, which itself was lampooning show business and the corruption, catastrophe, and dangers that go on behind the scenes. Characters like Miss Piggy exemplify the ugly side of fame and vanity. Kermit the Frog and Fozzie are all about insecurity. Jackson's take on these characters is similar. He just takes things a bit further into the grotesque with Meet the Feebles. Some of Jackson's perverse reimaginings of these characters are inspired. I especially like the nosy fly investigative reporter who grossly dines on shit while causing all kinds of chaos in the name of journalism. Casting the role of reporter as a fly circling shit is a statement that doesn't take a degree in rocket science to piece together. This character would be a one-note gross-out character in less capable hands. Still, there are times where Jackson goes for the easy laugh when just a little more thought would have made the scene more worthwhile and resonant. One of the film's leads is a Miss Piggy pastiche. A giant hippo with enormous areolas named Heidi is an extremely sympathetic character and the most memorable physically and character-wise of all of the Feebles, though the AIDS-ridden bunny takes a close second. Watching Meet the Feebles, one can see a blossoming filmmaker on the edge of greatness, but there is a lot of wrong with the pacing in this film and the convoluted and overcomplicated intersecting plots. It's dingily shot, the character designs, when you can make them out, vary from genius to uninspired, and the songs are downright awful. Personally, the film gives me a queasy feeling, not so much because of the subject matter, but the sheer murkiness of the cinematography and the mess of the plot is enough to upset stomachs. A few fun facts about Meet the Feebles. Peter Jackson appears in the film in costume as an alien from his previous movie, Bad Taste. The machine gun used in the climax when Heidi flips out and goes on a rampage used live rounds because they couldn't find blanks for the gun. And most of the audience are made of cardboard cutouts rather than real puppets, mainly because the film was shot on such a low budget. I remember the first time I saw Meet the Feebles, it was on a grainy videotape we rented from the store. The sounds was bad, the colors were gaudy, the picture quality was atrocious. But still, my weirdo friends and I got a kick out of it. I wish Meet the Feebles were made a little further down the line in Jackson's career so that it could have been handled with the more wizened hand of the master of cinematic craft he would soon become. After this film, Jackson did Dead Alive, which is miles better in the handling of the story, camera, and even the gore department. Even to this day, there seems to be no real remastered copy of Meet the Feebles. Seems you can only get it on DVD and VHS on Amazon. Here's hoping someone comes along and cleans up this film and re-releases it soon. One can only imagine how amazing a modern remake, by Peter Jackson of course, of Meet the Feebles would be. I'm surprised we haven't even gotten any retro action figures or something in that vein either. It's definitely got a lot of memorable characters for some of those sick and twisted collectors out there. You know who you are. Jackson did just make an appearance on the Muppets Mayhem series on Disney Plus, and there was even a mention of the Feebles in it. So anything is possible. Meet the Feebles is a film that had potential for greatness, but it needed to be left in the oven a little while longer to make it all the way. As is, Meet the Feebles serves as an oddity, something hardcore horror and cult film fans must see, but hard to digest if you're just an occasional viewer because of the not-so-yet-ripe genius it's splurted from. Have you seen Meet the Feebles? Let me know your thoughts about it down in the comments.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your reality. You're